If you've ever planted something in spring, watched it bloom, and then had to start all over again the next year, this video is for you. Perennials are different. You plant them once and they come back, season after season, year after year, often getting fuller and more beautiful each time. In this video, we're covering 7 of the best perennials you can put in the ground this spring.
Hey guys, quick heads up. If you see any plants or tools you like in this video, I've linked all my favorites on the screen and down below. Super easy to check out. All right, let's get into it.
Number 1, Purple Salvia. There's a reason purple salvia shows up in almost every well-designed garden, and once you see it in person, you'll understand why. Caradonna sends up tall, deep purple flower spikes on near black stems, creating this striking vertical contrast that most plants simply can't pull off. It doesn't blend into the garden, it punctuates it. And from a distance, a mass planting of this looks almost electric. What makes it one of the best spring investments is how little it demands. Full sun, decent drainage, and it's essentially set. It shrugs off drought, resists pests, and if you cut it back after the first bloom, it will push out a second flush later in the season. Bees and butterflies absolutely love it, so you're not just adding beauty, you're adding life to the garden. Use it along borders, in front of ornamental grasses, or as a repeating element through a mixed bed. It gives structure without feeling stiff, and it comes back stronger every single year. Number 2, Coneflower. If there's one perennial that earns its place in every garden, beginner or expert, it's the coneflower, and Magnus is the version that set the standard. The flowers are bold and flat-faced with rich, rosy purple petals that sweep back from a raised copper-orange center. They hold their shape well into summer, and even as the petals fade, the seed heads stay decorative through fall and winter, giving birds something to pick at long after the blooms are gone. What makes Magnus stand out is its durability. Heat, humidity, dry spells, it handles all of it without complaint. It naturalizes over time, slowly expanding into fuller clumps, and it reseeds gently without becoming invasive. You plant it once, and it quietly multiplies. In the landscape, coneflower works almost anywhere. Sunny borders, cottage-style gardens, naturalistic plantings. Pair it with ornamental grasses or salvia for a late summer combination that looks effortless but hits hard visually. Number 3, Peony. Few plants stop people in their tracks the way a peony in full bloom does, and Bernhardt is the one that's been doing it for over 100 years. The flowers are enormous, soft shell pink, fully double, and intensely fragrant. When they open in late spring, they look almost too perfect to be real. This is the kind of bloom people photograph, cut for vases, and plant entire gardens around. But here's the thing about peonies that most people don't realize. They're incredibly long-lived. We're talking decades. A well-placed peony can outlive the gardener who planted it. They need full sun, good drainage, and to be planted at exactly the right depth. But once they're settled, they essentially take care of themselves. No dividing, no fussing, just water, a light feed in spring, and they reward you every single year. Plant Bernhardt where it has room to be a centerpiece, along a pathway, near an entrance, or as an anchor in a mixed border. When it blooms, everything else steps aside. Number 4, Roseanne Geranium. Don't let the name fool you. This isn't the pelargonium you see in window boxes. Roseanne is a true hardy geranium, and it might just be the most useful perennial on this entire list. The flowers are violet blue with a white center, delicate looking, but produce in staggering quantity from late spring all the way into fall. That's one of Roseanne's most remarkable qualities, the bloom time. While most perennials give you a few weeks of color, Roseanne just keeps going. It was awarded the title of most popular perennial in the world for a reason. It mounds and trails as it grows, weaving through other plants and filling gaps in a way that looks completely natural. It softens edges, connects different parts of a planting, and adds that loose, relaxed feel that makes a garden look mature rather than newly planted. Use it at the front of borders, cascading over walls, or as a ground cover under roses. It tolerates some shade, handles dry periods once established, and comes back reliably every spring, often looking better than the year before. Number 5. Astilbe. Most plants struggle in the shade. Astilbe thrives in it, and Phenol does it with some of the deepest, most dramatic color you'll find in a shade garden. The plumes are a rich crimson red, almost burgundy, rising above dark bronze-green foliage that looks good even before and after the blooms appear. In a shaded border, this kind of color is genuinely rare, and it creates a visual impact that most shade plants simply can't match. Phenol needs consistent moisture. This isn't a drought-tolerant plant, but in the right conditions, it's completely reliable. It doesn't spread aggressively, holds its shape well, and the dried plumes stay attractive into late summer, giving you a little extra season of interest. Plant it alongside hostas, ferns, or brunera for a layered shade planting that looks intentional and full. It's the kind of plant that makes shaded corners feel designed rather than neglected. Number 6. Daylily. Stella d'Oro might be the most planted daylily in the world, and there's a very good reason for that. The flowers are golden yellow, cheerful, and compact. Each bloom lasts only a day, but the plant produces so many buds that it stays in flower for weeks on end. Cut it back after the first flush and it'll rebloom, sometimes 2 or 3 more times through the season. That kind of persistence is hard to find in a perennial. What makes Stella d'Oro genuinely exceptional, though, is its toughness. It adapts to a wide range of soils, tolerates heat and some drought, and spreads slowly into larger clumps without ever becoming a problem. It's the perennial you plant and forget, and it still shows up every spring ready to perform. Use it along borders, in mass plantings, or as edging along pathways. It's not a subtle plant, but it earns its place through sheer reliability. For anyone new to perennials, this is one of the best starting points you can find. Number 7. Garden Phlox. We're closing the list with a plant that brings something the others don't: fragrance. David is a garden phlox with large, domed clusters of pure white flowers that bloom in midsummer and carry a sweet, clean scent that you notice before you even see the plant. In the evening especially, the fragrance carries through the garden in a way that genuinely changes how the space feels. Beyond the sensory experience, David was bred specifically for mildew resistance, which has historically been garden phlox's biggest weakness. This variety holds up well through humid summers, keeping its foliage clean when other phlox varieties start to look ragged. It's upright, tall, and adds height and structure to a border without needing staking. Plant it mid-border where the height reads well. Pair it with Coneflower or Salvia for a summer combination that's both visually strong and fragrant. It comes back reliably every year, and as the clump matures, it fills out into something that looks genuinely impressive. Those are 7 perennials worth planting this spring. Plants that don't just look good once, but keep coming back to earn their place in your garden year after year. If you found this helpful, subscribe. We put out new plant content every week. And if you're building a garden from scratch or looking for what to add next, check out the video linked right here. We'll see you in the next one.